Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly energy update. And this week we have the full moon in Cancer on January 6th. It'll be around 4:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you can adjust that for wherever you're at in the world. And so, of course, around a full moon, we can really be aware of the emotions that we have, because it always amplifies the emotions, like it impacts the tides of the water. It impacts the emotions that we have. So we're always sensitive around a full moon, but because the moon is in Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, even more. A water moon impacts us even more. So be really aware of the emotions that you're focusing on around a full moon, because it is going to be expanded. Also, the moon is going to be opposite Mercury in Capricorn, which does bring in like this revelation of truths that will come in. And so for this reading, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed. We'll be looking at that. Also, of course, being around a full moon, it is an important time where we can use that energy for unveiling and letting go ceremonies to release things. Usually you get like 10 that you can focus on, and if you really do a ceremony within 8 hours before the full moon, it prepares the full moon energy to release these things. Now, if you present your wish, kind of your wish of unveiling and letting go, in a form of gratitude, like thank you for unveiling and helping me to let go of blocks that stood between me and fill in the blank, that allows this energy to help you with becoming aware, with the unveiling of things that are blocking you, but also the energy helps you in letting go of it. When we are looking at a, new moon wishes and full moon release type of things, when we focus on the energies around the sign of the moon, it is even more powerful, even more expansive. So just briefly, I'm going to pop up a screen here that talks about the Cancer impact, the Cancer type of energy. And when you look at that, Cancer is the, house and energy of home. So it's your home life, even your physical living structure. Do you desire to change a location or living situations? Is it time for a visit to that place you call home? Or are you looking up sprucing up or changing the energy of your nest? Do you have a sacred space within your home that's designated for you alone? That's something to consider. Cancer is also about family. So can the family tree use some care, or are there chains that can be broken? How do you relate to your childhood? What can use some transformation or revelation in regards to that? Also, it has to do with a giving heart. Cancers, all of you that have Cancer in your chart, are you overgiving? Are you wanting to move from this energy of codependence to independence or interdependence? Also, because your water energy is coming in here with Cancer, are you trusting your gut or wanting to enhance or upgrade your intuition? As I mentioned, Cancer is ruled by the moon, our mother Luna. So what also can be transformed in your relationship with mother figures? Is it time to think about parenthood or how you can be a nurturing source for others? Also, Cancer loves food. What is your relationship with food? What can be changed about your diet? And also, the Cancer sign rolls over the breast, the chest cavity, the pancreas, abnormal growths, and digestive related issues. So you can bring all of that into this unveiling and release type of ceremony. So I do have videos for each individual zodiac sign. And for the reading, as I mentioned, we are going to be looking into what emotional truths does your shadow want revealed right now. So we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, Aquarius, this is your weekly reading, and we're going to start off pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box down below. So if you're interested in any of the cards you see, you know where you can pick those up. All right, so let's take a look here and see what area of your life your shadow feels that you could have some emotional truths revealed. So let's take a look here and see. What for Aquarius, please? All right, there we go. And you've got fear. All right. We have that coming in. That is card number 11. So master number 11. And let's see what message comes in here. So the time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. So you can examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful, because fear blocks flow. And if there's one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams or even getting things done that they want done, it's fear. Experiencing fear is built in. It's a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect us. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that give us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There is a healthy kind of fear, the kind that warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation or stay clear of someone who instinctively makes us weary. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them, a fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outdated experience or something that is buried so deeply we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Most fears have been formed with the positive intent of protection. We need to separate that intention out and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we are to create ease and flow in our life. Fear has many names. Covert ones are envy, jealousy, codependence, procrastination, bullying, people-pleasing, disconnection. More overt ones are avoidance, fear of failure, or fear of success. There is, however, a kind of antidote to fear, and it's courage. Fear will put up an initial resistance to courage, but it has no real long-term time power against it. While we can be fearful and courageous at the same time, and I think courage contains a mighty big dose of fear, we can choose to face that fear and flow through it until we fear less and then eventually become fearless. The process isn't always graceful. It isn't always impressive because it may be slow and deliberate steps we take. Taking these steps isn't always easy. An understatement, right? It isn't always apparent to others, so it should be about us measuring how far we have come and not worrying about what anyone else thinks. Comparison is useless. Courage is powerful, no matter what form it takes. And the companion stone for that is aquamarine. So definitely there's a message here about facing a fear that has been in the past, something that was created to keep us safe, feeling like we're protected, but now it's outdated and we're wanting to, our shadow is wanting us to take a look at it, to transform it or to release it. Well, let's look into the Lonely Woods deck here and see what fear this is zeroing in on. See if it'll help us identify that. So what is this fear? Probably in our subconscious. That's why we're not super aware of it. It's kind of buried under some other things. The Lonesome Gardener, card number 5. Right, I'll just put that down here. Let's see what comes in here for that. So you are learning the joy of tending to something wild until it can become something giving and warm, just as you are now. Your care and attention have given something new to the space to grow and become abundant. This is now reflected in your soul. So look within and see how what you helped nurture in the world is now growing within you. Where once all felt barren and unknown, there is fertility and connection. You turned away from the voice of the world and listened instead to the wisdom of the growing world. Because of that, all is blossoming and rich and verdant once again. You've made the wasteland a paradise. You've sown the seeds from which blessings can now come forth. I like that. So you definitely have overcome a lot about your past in a lot of situations, and you've allowed yourself to really grow and change things. And I feel like this growing, the fear that is really standing out is the fear of success. Like, what happens if you're successful? What are you fearing about that? What does that mean? We're going to dive in here with the Sun and Moon Tarot. And let's take a look and see what they would like us else to know around these, the fear of success. Okay, what else? Okay, I do want that one right there. All right. So let's take a look. So we've got the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a great card. It is about, it could be about commitment. But I really feel this also is about getting into the nitty-gritty of what is our truth. What is it that we are really wanting in our lives? And I kind of feel like this fear has to do with, well, what if I get this end result that I'm wanting? What if I find that it's not what I wanted with my life or for my life? What if it doesn't bring me the fulfillment I feel like it's supposed to or should or need to? What if I want to abandon it after it's successful? What will people say? What will people think? I don't want to start all over. You know, that kind of energy I feel is coming in here. Yeah, and we have the Ace of Wands, which is telling you new passion, new drive, new ambition, new inspiration. And I love this, that it's like the answer to that is it would be okay. You know, Spirit is not going to go, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. It's like, wonderful. You learned how to grow. You learned how to plant things. You learned how to produce this. But now, what is the new thing you want to do? What passion do you want next? Life is always changing. Life is always expanding. And this is like them saying, there's no wrong or right thing to do. Do what you love, and when you're ready to change to something else, do that instead. There is no true judgment. Humans are always contrasting, comparing, blah, 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 blah. Like this is talking about. Contrasting doesn't help. Comparing yourself to others, it doesn't do anything. It just creates fears and people pleasing and suppression and blocks to keep you from moving forward. But when you realize there is no wrong, that you have experiences, and when you're ready for new experiences, you could do that. You don't have to be stuck, but finding what makes your heart sing and how you uniquely want to share your love with the world is indicated here too. So I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, which is once you start to see fruit grow, it's almost the last thing that grows on the fruit tree. If you're not wanting it anymore, you can change it, and there's no harm, no foul in doing that. I like it. And they have the 10 of Wands. So you've invested a lot of energy, have a great harvest, and that's endings and new beginnings. So it's almost like mentioning here that when you do have all this energy that you're invested in this harvest, planting and growing, that you are ready for a new journey. You are ready for this new place because you have the harvest of what you planted. Now, what's next? 10 of Wands to Ace of Wands. Yeah. And then you have the Devil card. So the Devil card works really well with the Hierophant because the Devil card does show you where you are binding yourself, limiting yourself, and restricting yourself. And that is because of the thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets of the past. And so basically these two work together and these two work together. It's like this X marks the spot. This is what your shadow wants to bring up to you, is the fear of being wrong about what path you chose. Sometimes we invest so much energy in doing something and we're like, you know what? It's not what I want after all. And people are like, we're afraid people can go, oh my gosh, I can't believe how stupid you were to do that or whatever. And it's like, no, it's all about experience. You experienced what you wanted. And the devil card shows those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the dreams that were given to you when you were younger, and you're bringing stuff to fruition. But this is about you finding your real truth, your real dream, putting an end to where you're investing your energy into something that doesn't live up to what you were truly wanting, and investing the energy there instead. So I do like that. We're also going to pull from the archetype cards here. We're going to see what energy, usually an individual or individuals type of archetype that we had in our life that taught us this fear of not changing direction once we realize we want to go a different direction. So let's take a look and see. All right, this is the one right here. Let's see what comes in here. Okay, so you got the light attributes and the dark attribute card. So this does indicate a couple of things it can indicate, because there's like 7 or 8 of these cards in the entire huge deck. And I leave those in intentionally because they represent like our they can represent like our higher selves or spirit guides and those. But I feel in this is about a past life that's coming in. And so what we experienced in a past life is this super, super huge abundance that we experienced before. And but in this lifetime, we wanted to see a different kind of approach to it. Not meaning we want to fail, but that like we lived our dream in a past life, or we weren't even able to live our dream, any kind of dream. And we're trying to see a different perspective of it. We are going to use the True Heart Intuitive Tarot here. Let's get some more details on this for you. Of course, being a general reading, it can be different types of lives that we had, but we'll get what's the gist that our shadow is wanting to come forward here. Okay, what else? Okay. Anything else? I feel like there's one more. Okay, there it goes. And we'll start with this one here. So 6 of Swords is this beautiful change of mindset, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. Being so stuck, and now I see that coming in here, a past lifetime where we lived the family dream, where we did the dream that everyone was telling us should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, must be. And then we didn't make the change, even though it wasn't pleasing to us. We were so concerned with the people pleasing that we didn't allow ourselves to move beyond this. And so we were stuck. We weren't able to move beyond it, even though there was so much conflict that was going on within us, conflicting minds. And I might have said 6 of Swords. This is the 5 of Swords, sorry. But it's this conflict, this inner conflict between the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, and what we really wanted out of our lives. But we were like, nope, I can't do it. It would be even arranged marriages between families and kingdoms and whatever it might have been in the past, where we wanted love, but we still stuck to the duty, the expectations, and we didn't allow ourselves to escape from that. And this is different. This is us revisiting and wanting to see things from a different perspective and act out on it differently too. Wow, and the Moon card coming in here. So the Moon card making itself known with this moon energy. I really feel like this, because it's Mother Luna, I feel like what the past life had to do with is when we were in a nurturing type of role, either mother, grandmother, caregiver within a family, where we had to give and give and give and give and give, and we were taught your dream doesn't mean anything. You have to live for everyone else and sacrifice yourself, right? But this freedom that's coming, this allowing yourself to live your dream, switch where you're investing your energy, and to take steps that you can live the dream. And here's the Hermit card. So turning inward, definitely to find out what it is you truly want to do with your life. When we turn inward, we connect inward and upward to our high heart, which allows us to find out what makes our soul truly joyful, what makes our heart sing. And that's what they're wanting you to guide to. And it might take some time to go inward to kind of cut away all of this long list of supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts that were keeping you restricted so much in your mind that you don't know what. If you could say, oh, what is your wish? If nothing stood in your way, what would be this wish to come true? To be like, I don't know. I've sacrificed so much of my life all the time that I don't know who I am. And I feel like this is what your shadow is bringing up to help you understand and go inward to find what it is you truly want to do with your life. And here's the Hierophant coming again. So Hierophant twice. So definitely your inner truth. What is it that you truly want to do with your life? So it definitely is what's here. So I love that. And then lastly, the last card we're going to pull here is from the Naked Heart Tarot. And let's see what their final messages are around what your shadow wants to have revealed. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. All right, so you got to those three and these three, so you actually get 6. So let's take a look here. So these first 3 first, you have the balancing out of things. I like this because you have the balancing out there, and then you have the 2 of Cups, which is the balancing of emotional choices, and also the 10 of Pentacles. So the 3 of these together really is balancing out where you're investing all of your energy, knowing that you can make this happen. What's coming to mind is like if you're a parent and either a single parent or, in a joint parent home, a lot of times you feel like you have to sacrifice what your dreams are because you want to make sure your family's taken care of, it has everything it needs, blah, 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 yada, 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 right? And with all of that, we can have this belief that's in our mind that we can't have both. But this is all about balancing and that you can be successful. It's like asking your children and your partner, if you're joint parenting, of what is everyone's dream. Children may not have a dream yet, not a realistic one. They just have their childhood dream, right? But even that, you can ask them, what do you guys want? What does your partner want? What do you want? And you can make it work. Because sometimes you feel like, well, everyone likes this huge house. In order to have that, I have to have this job that I really don't want. I'd rather be doing this with my life. And your partner would much rather be doing something else with their life. And if you downsized or change things in your life where you think everyone is wanting this, when you have a really true conversation with each other, you determine what it is you all really want, you find ways to make it work, and it's beautiful. So I really like that. Yeah, and here's the Heart of Cups, so the Queen of Cups. This is about trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, which I believe came up here in another piece of the reading here, because this is the Queen of Cups. She's a lot like the High Priestess that steps inward, like the Hermit, inward and downward into emotions, really getting into the heart. What does your heart truly want? What would truly make your heart sing is such an important thing here. And you have the 4 of Pentacles. Let's see what this last one is here. And the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you have the 4 and the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So there is this solidification. I'll call it that. How about stability? That's even probably a real word. Stability in the outside world and how you relate your worth to the outside world. That's what the Four of Pentacles comes in, is that, we are told that there's all these things in the outside world that make us happy and make us full, complete, relationships, situations, and things, but they're all unstable. People change or pass away. Situations like jobs and education, etc., never stay the same. And things, our bodies, break down, deteriorate, explode, burn down, stolen, whatever it might be. All of those are unstable. And we realize turning inward and upward in our heart, living from our heart, is what really truly brings us joy. Not all the stuff and all the stuff in the outside world that we feel are supposed to make us feel whole and complete. It doesn't. And this is what the journey happens, where you find with the Nine of Pentacles, which the Hermit is the number 9, you're finding your wholeness and completeness within. You fill up and it overflows out into everyone else. So very much this message of you can make it work. Just don't limit yourself on the how. Allow yourself to look at it. What is my true dream? And again, what are your children's dream or your partner's dream? Whoever else is involved where you feel tied with a responsibility, find out everyone's dream and share your dream and go, this is what I'd like to have happen. How can we do it? Brainstorm, come up with ideas, and other people will be like, you know what, I don't care about any of this. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I don't care. I could live with this if we could live our dreams. And you find a way, you find this beautiful path, this beautiful spark that comes into your life, and you're able to see that you can change your direction in life and not have to fear that you'll let other people down and what will people think. So I love the freedom that's coming from here. Now, if you are looking for more messages, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a card readings, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's an option for all, which if you select, 2 things happen. 1, notified immediately when I post a new video. And 2, you're notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. And in addition to that, also doing those things helps spread the Zen love. And it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm super giddy, crazy, excited, and it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of this video down below. All right, Aquarian, as you go through this amazing, transformative week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.